Good morning, everyone. Today is May 14th. It's day 47 of this wild adventure of ours. Oh, hold on, let me just show you this. Yeah, we're leaving Iron Mountain Shelter. We're up and out a little bit early. That's a pretty big feat considering the day we had yesterday. It was an 18.7 mile day, and it had some more ups and downs than we had planned, to say the least. Yeah, so anyway, on with today. Today will be our last night in the woods for a while. We should get close enough to Damascus today to be able to finish it up tomorrow morning and be in town hopefully before lunchtime and get some good town food. I have just been absolutely starving. I need some food. The tuna packets and the rice sides are just not cutting it. But anyway, we have a couple of epics. Like I said, we're headed to town tomorrow. That's an epic. And today would be our last full day in Tennessee. Tomorrow we'll get up and we'll cross the border. We'll go into Virginia, not looking back. That puts 3 states down. Georgia, North Carolina, and Tennessee. And just an observation about the state of Tennessee in general for those of you that haven't spent any time in Tennessee. First off, the people in Tennessee are probably some of the nicest people you'd ever want to meet. I mean, from the guy and his wife in their pickup truck that rescued us from Clingman's Dome in the middle of that storm, to Doug, the shuttle driver in Irwin. Just absolutely fabulous people. Kind, gentle. What was that? And nature, and Dave and Karen and Nature's In Hostel. Everybody was just super. However, it does seem that they do have a bit of a identity crisis when it comes to drinking. In all the towns we've been to, other than maybe Gatlinburg, and even Gatlinburg didn't have any bars per se, no sports bars. They had some restaurants where you could get a drink. In particular, like in Roan Mountain and in Irwin, they had brew pubs, and so it was actually a brewery, and that's the only way that they were allowed to sell beer, and that's all they sold was beer. But that being said, everyone knows, or if you don't know, you're about to find out, that Tennessee produces some of the best moonshine whiskey anywhere. It's just absolutely delicious. And everybody you talk to drinks moonshine, so they're not opposed to it. It just seems to be, I don't know, for whatever reason, it's an anomaly. They don't openly profess it. But anybody I talk to here in the state of Tennessee asked where we can get it. It's always, well, it's Uncle John or Bob or a friend, or you go down to the local garage. Or so, like I said, a bit of an anomaly for what it's worth. But great people, absolutely great people, great state, except for the Smoky Mountains. Yep, and the scenery, like I said, can change in a heartbeat. Now it kind of looks like a jungle setting. It is amazing how quick the forest greened up. It seemed like just overnight, but it was probably in the course of the last week or so. Everything just the trees opened up. and everything just kind of, it kind of got shady here in the forest all day long, which works for me considering the last couple of days have been hot. And but never gets old. Just wanted to show you guys this. Like I said, it's amazing how this greened up so early and so fast, and just with the sun coming in, and I said I hope it looks half as good. Oh, we got Mighty Mouse up here. Is there a view? Oh, I don't know if it's a view or not, but we'll show you. Oh, it looks like we have a little bit of a mist going on over town. Yeah, hazy, that'd be the word for it. Okay, don't know if you guys can read this. Okay, but that's a tombstone to Uncle Nick Grinstaff. And you can see that it's, let me turn it around here because the sun's in my front. This is, the tombstone's laid in an old chimney. Because, standing on his grave. Yeah. And to Mighty Mouse's point, there's his grave. Because long before this was a national forest, it was all private land, and the government declared eminent domain and took it all. But this at one time was Nick's farmstead. Yeah, at least I didn't drop you down the toilet. Something new, a little new and unique is like a plank bridge over what would normally be some water sources, but right now it's just kind of like black mud. Whoa! How about that? I'm getting better at this. Yeah, I'll fall in. That is some yucky stuff. Alrighty. Little change of scenery out of the woods in the national park, cutting through a meadow. Yeah, I'm sure we're going over those mountains. As Mighty Mouse would put it, if there's a mountain in the distance, I'm sure it's one we're going over. I think they were very particular in the way they designed the trail. I don't think we've missed one yet. I'll tell you one thing, you come out from underneath that canopy of the woods and you get out here in the open and you realize how much warmer it is. How much... Yeah. And if you missed what Mighty Mouse was saying, she said I'd rather be doing this trail now, which is, I don't know, maybe 9 o'clock in the morning, as opposed to doing what most of the kids do, which is they don't get up and start hiking until about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and they tend to catch most of this stuff in the heat of the day. Of course, they're younger and more resilient, or maybe we're just a little bit smarter and more experienced. You decide. The way it follows what? Yeah. It's nice to mix it up a little bit. But after this stint, I will be Glad to get back under the shade of those trees. Yeah. There's a truck for George Williams. It's a dump truck. George, you don't got a dump truck yet. It's a collector's item. Alrighty. Now leaving somebody's personal property that the AT goes through. Yeah, we're on the path. Alright. A lot of barbed wire. Tell we're too close to civilization. Alrighty. Still in the greenery. One thing you'll notice as we're coming down this, they are not the remnants of trees that are standing there so evenly spaced. That is old remnants of a fence when this was private property. Must have been something to own a big chunk of this back in the day. By the way, as a sidebar, some of the people I've talked to in Tennessee have a real resentment towards the government taking this land from those people. Some of those people have owned those parts of this for hundreds of years, so it's a little bit of a sore subject at times. Okay guys, as you just saw, Dixie finally got her hot dog trail magic. She's been waiting for since the day we walked on the trail. Is somebody to cook her a hot dog. The gentleman that we didn't picture because we didn't know how they set with that, but we did take a picture of their tent and you'll see that. They're normally out there on Mother's Day, and we had the benefit of catching the leftovers from Mother's Day. So that was good to deal. Hard to get back on the trail after sitting in a lawn chair, having some cold drinks and hot dogs with chili and baked beans. If I would have had a beer, I definitely would have been done. I just would have, I don't know, curled up in a ball or something. But we are making incredibly good time today. It's hard getting started after lunch. Looks like we should be at the shelter that was 15.7 where the last water source is. We should be there somewhere around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So it might be a little too early to stop for the day. So we might try to grab some water and keep on going another couple miles. It'll leave less to do tomorrow. There is a chance of some thunder showers in the morning. And like I said, we're headed into Damascus, straight into Damascus. So that's what we got going on. Okay guys, I have no explanation for what you're seeing. But it looks like somebody took one heck of a lot of effort to build some sort of stone wall out here, out in the middle of nowhere. Now, an observation is some of it looks too clean cut, like it may have been part of a building at one time, but I can't verify that.